Long time no see. I have been creating webinars with people in the past. And a couple of years ago, I was creating a lot of kind of solo videos, sometimes sharing screens and sometimes only talking. And this is a new episode of me just alone sharing stuff. And today we're going to be talking about documents and where they live or where they can be stored. And this roots in from a question of one of our customers who asked me, why on earth is Draw.io, your diagramming solution, for free for Google G Suite, almost for free or very cheap for Atlassian Jira, and compared to that, way more expensive for Confluence? And my initial answer was, diagrams live in Confluence, and that's why we charge for diagrams with Draw.io in Confluence. And all the others are like, you can get into learning why Draw.io is cool, why this is a rock solid Visio successor, in my opinion. And but like ultimately, when you get into real collaboration, you will want to do it on a Confluence page, not in Google G Suite, not on Jira. Customer came back asking me, sorry, don't get it still. Like, I hear what you're saying, but I don't believe what you're saying is true. So this is a longer episode of explaining why. And diagrams is just an example. Like Confluence, documents in Confluence live, while documents in G Suite or in Jira, they're just stored there. And I'll tell you a little bit about how I experienced that. Like Jira is an issue management system that at CeBIT Media and a lot of our customers is used for team task management. So whenever you're getting things done approach, like the to-dos that I have to do and that I need to fulfill doesn't work anymore, you have to have a method of sharing tasks with teams so that you can get your projects done. And the best software that I know is Jira. Today, I would say it's probably not the best UX or UI interface that they offer, but still it knocks out everyone else easily, at least in my opinion. And so I'm living in Jira for everything projects, everything tasks. And obviously, you can store a diagram there. You can store a Word file or a Google Doc or a Google spreadsheet or a link to those documents. And that's helpful because when I need to delegate something to someone else, he'll have everything at hand. So everything is stored there. All contextual information is linked and available. Easy, cool thing. Same on G Suite. So you create a folder and you put all your documents around this project, around this event, whatever you do in this folder. And then anyone who needs that can get it there. It's an awesome drawer where you put all your stuff in. And whenever someone takes out this drawer, he'll have everything he needs. Contextual information, good storage. Confluence, on the other hand, is a wiki, enterprise wiki that helps you store your knowledge. And the difference in this approach, in my opinion, is that often you only hint someone to one page, he'll read the page, learn a lot, and then have a lot of additional links and assets that he can look at. This could be diagrams, this could be spreadsheets, presentations, whatever. And it's more of like the job to be done is explore stuff, learn more about this topic, get me in the know, get me in the loop. Jira and G Suite can't do that. They are good at, like, I know what I need to do, give me everything that I need. And so please store your info either as links or as files to this Jira issue so that I have it at hand when I need it. Or give me that folder in G Suite. But you don't go into G Suite and like look at files and see whether you can learn something. No one browses shared drives on hard drives. That's just like nothing that anyone would do. It's no fun. But if you're a little bit like me, sometimes you'll end up being stuck in Wikipedia. So I don't know, my daughter asked me something. I look up the Wikipedia article on bees. Then I read the Wikipedia article about honey, about flowers, whatever. So like from this one Wikipedia article, I click further, dive deeper into other stuff and explore and for Wikipedia expand my knowledge. And that's basically the idea. And now coming back to the documents or to draw, if you're doing the same thing better, you would want to use a diagram. You would want to do this visually. You would want to show me how those bees and those flowers and this honey, how they are connected. And a diagram gives you a lot of easy ways to make those things easier available for your target group, for your readers. So there are so many different diagramming types that you could say, okay, I'm going to be like a kind of a flow chart where you say, okay, first there's the flower, then there's the bee, and then there's the honey. And then you could have a kind of a drawing where you say, like, this is the size of those things, this is rather small, this is rather big, and so on. You could have Venn diagrams, you could have a hierarchy, so who's more important, who's dependent on whom, and so on. Like, there's a lot of ways to enhance this info visually. And trying to explain something, a diagram in writing can take up a lot of paragraphs. It's possible, but people probably won't read it and get it. Especially if you're browsing the web, if you're like in your intranet reading something, you're in a hurry, always. So such a visual presentation can be much better. And if you're looking at Confluence, this is where people explore stuff. This is where people learn. This is where you want to have the visuals. This is where documents actually live, because you find out, oh, I could enhance this, so I make a minor change. Everyone will be notified. There's a new version of this diagram. Someone edited this page, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't happen this way in G Suite or Jira. It's just a storage. So obviously, I can get an email when I update a file on Jira, but no one will tell me what updated. For G Suite, it's kind of difficult to become the owner of a document. For example, if you try to subscribe to a Word file like a Google Doc or a spreadsheet, equivalent for most people would be Excel. It's in Confluence, every tiny change is sent to you via email, and then you can get kind of like the feeling I own the document because I see every single change. And if something changes that I don't want, I'll just revert the version. And that's much more difficult with G Suite. Let's not dive into subscribing to documents in G Suite too much, but just to wrap this up, documents can be stored in Confluence, and Jira, and G Suite just as well. All good. A lot of customers ask, like, where should I put that? I can't answer this easily. And the will or the thrive for a guideline for that is false. This is misled. If you're trying to tell your people where to store documents, not a good idea. Sometimes you have the need for situational, contextual information. Then storing it in G Suite or Jira is easy. Sometimes you just create the document. So if you create a spreadsheet with G Suite, it'll always live there. It doesn't make any sense to download it as this Excel spreadsheet and store it in Jira or Confluence. Then what you want to do is you want to link it from Jira, or you want to embed it in your Confluence page. So that is useful, but like the document will always live in G Suite because it's created there. So that's also very simple. Like if you create a Confluence page, it will live in Confluence. It doesn't make sense to export it in Doc and as a Word file and then upload it to G Suite or something like that. So storing is a situational thing. A living document, a document that is continually changed. That's happening in Confluence. Work gets done in Jira. documents get created, or spreadsheets, presentations get created in G Suite. That's my differentiation of these three products. And that's the reasoning why draw diagrams are currently free on G Suite and almost free on Jira. This could change. Like, this pricing is something that's inherently dependent on market demand, and maybe Google's going to change their product, maybe Jira's going to change, maybe Confluence is going to change. But like, from the way I see those three products right now, I do envision that our pricing for Draw.io will always be higher for Confluence, lower for Jira, and lower for G Suite, because of the way people interact with these diagrams, and because of the way these diagrams can add significant value to the pages created. I hope that helps, as this is kind of a small experiment, whether people like that or not, like just viewing me and listening to me. Please give me a comment and tell me whether you found your way through all this long monologue, and whether you want me to continue that. If so, please give me a comment or give me a like. And I'm waiting for that, and promise that once I get this, I'll create new stuff. Thanks. Bye.